10 most famous mysterious religious phenomena in world history. The Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin is one of the most famous religious artifacts in history. It is a linen cloth that is believed to have been used to wrap the body of Jesus Christ after his crucifixion. The shroud bears the image of a man who appears to have been crucified, and many people believe that it is a genuine relic. However, there is no scientific evidence to support this claim. According to legend, this shroud is the one that was used to wrap the body of Jesus Christ after he was executed. Through many ups and downs, and through many hands, the cloth was moved to Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire. In 1204, when Constantinople fell to the Ottoman siege, many people believed that the shroud was given to the Knights Templar by the Byzantine court. In 1418, after being moved to Montfort Castle, and in 1452, it was donated to the Savoy family of dukes in Italy by Princess Margaretani. To preserve the precious cloth, the Savoy family built a private monastery. The shroud survived World War II in peace and was kept at the Turin Cathedral until today. In 2000, the shroud was displayed directly for the public to admire. The mysteries surrounding the shroud. The Shroud of Turin is not only special for its longevity, but also for the shocking hypotheses about the image imprinted on it. According to National Geographic, when taking a negative photo of the linen cloth, people have discovered the image of a bearded man, a man full of torture marks on the piece of cloth. Many people believe that this is the image of Jesus Christ. Professor Giulio Fanti of the University of Padua said that the particles have strange structures, sizes, and distributions on the cloth. According to Professor Fanti, the blood stains contain large amounts of creatinine and ferritin, which are often seen in patients with injuries due to strong external forces such as torture. The existence of the nanoparticles found in the experiment indicates the violent death of the man wrapped in the Shroud of Turin, Professor Fanti said. Since 1969, there have been scientific studies to determine the validity of the hypothesis about the image of the man on this famous shroud. In 1981, a scientific research report confirmed that the image on the cloth is definitely that of a man crucified and tortured. In addition, the colored stains on the cloth also contain blood components such as hemoglobin and albumin. However, in 1988, after a corner of the cloth was sent to 3 different laboratories at the University of Oxford, the University of Arizona, and the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, the results sparked controversy. According to this, the shroud was identified as being created in 1260 to 1390, which is about 1,000 years after Jesus Christ died. However, even this research result is not really convincing, because in 2011, Italian scientists conducted experiments to try to recreate an image similar to that on the Shroud of Turin to determine the possibility of forgery, if any, of the shroud. The strange thing is that, with the most modern ultraviolet technology in the 21st century, scientists had to use pulses shorter than 1/40 billionth of a second and a few billion watts of intensity to create an image on the fabric that is similar to the original shroud. So, the question is, how could people in the Middle Ages forge a cloth without modern technology, like in the 21st century? To date, research on the Shroud of Turin has never stopped, but many people really believe that the Shroud of Turin is a relic that remains of a figure who has had a major impact on the history of human development. Incorruptible bodies. There are many stories of people who have been buried and have not decomposed. These bodies are often referred to as incorruptible, and they are often considered to be a sign of holiness. Some of the most famous incorruptible bodies include those of St. Bernadette Soubirous and St. John Vianney. The Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary is a central figure in Christianity, and she's often believed to appear to people. There are many reports of Marian apparitions, and some of the most famous ones include those of Lourdes, Fatima, and Medjugorje. Weeping statues. There have been many reports of statues that have wept tears, blood, or other liquids. Some people believe that these statues are a sign of the Virgin Mary's presence, while others believe that they are simply hoaxes. The stigmata. The stigmata are wounds that appear on the hands, feet, and side of a person's body. They are said to be similar to the wounds that Jesus Christ suffered during his crucifixion. There have been many reports of people who have received a stigmata, including St. Francis of Assisi and St. Pio of Pietrelcina. Levitation. There have been many reports of people who have levitated off the ground. Some people believe that these levitations are a sign of divine intervention, while others believe that they are simply illusions. The Holy Blood of Naples. A church in Naples, Italy, houses a vial of blood from St. Januarius' time. The blood of St. Januarius was preserved by a woman named Eusebia after his death. The blood in the vial remains almost dry throughout the year. However, on 3 specific days, September 19th, December 16th, and the Saturday before the first Sunday of May, all commemorating events related to St. Januarius' life, the blood in the vial mysteriously liquefies. The Virgin Mary painting. In 1531, a peasant named Juan Diego claimed to have seen the Virgin Mary on a hill near Mexico City, instructing him to build a church in her honor and gather flowers from the hill. He obeyed and gathered the flowers in his cloak. Later, the cloak was found to bear the imprint of the Virgin Mary. What's remarkable is that no one has explained how the image on the cloak was painted, or made with any known materials. To this day, the image of the Virgin Mary remains intact and unfaded. The 1917 Sunday Miracle. In 1917, shepherd children in Fatima, Portugal, reported that the Virgin Mary appeared to them and foretold a strange event. On October 13th of that year, thousands gathered, and various newspapers covered the phenomenon. Around midday on a rainy day, the sun appeared as a spinning disk and seemed to dance in the sky. By 1930, the Church officially recognized the 1917 sun event as a sacred phenomenon. However, skeptics have always argued it was merely a play of light around the sun, pointing out that not everyone present that day witnessed the phenomenon. Prophecies. In 1981, in a small town called Medjugorje, now in Bosnia, 6 children claimed to have seen the apparition of the Virgin Mary. For many years afterward, they received daily messages and, until now, have received thousands of prophecies. One of the predictions states, "There are 10 secrets that will be revealed on the Day of Judgment." In 2010, the Vatican had to launch an investigation into this matter, but as of now, the results of the investigation have not been disclosed to the public.